September 12th could have been just another scuba diving day out at Futures Reef on outside Hanalei Bay. I went out this morning at about 10 o'clock, a mile out to scuba dive down and collect some of the invasive species, the roy, off the reef that I've been doing for this ongoing project. After paddling for about a half an hour, getting my gear ready and dropping down, I noticed 10 or 12 different roy on the reef and speared 3 of them, so it was a good day. Did a lot of good stuff for cleaning up the reef of this invasive species. While I was down there for about an hour underwater, on my way back to the kayak, I noticed something incredibly unusual. We have the black, large spine sea urchins that grow all over the reefs, and they're very common out at Futures Reef from 25 feet to about 60 feet deep. But on my way back while I was scuba diving with my bag full of roy, I noticed some white substance being shot up in the air out of the top of one of the sea urchins. Immediately I knew what it was, and I got extremely excited. First thing I did is I looked at my underwater gauge to see how long I could stay underwater, because I knew I was at the end of my dive. And I only had about 3 minutes left on my computer. This is something that is very, very important, because if you don't do a safety stop after you've been underwater for an hour, you could get what is called the bends, and it can be absolutely devastating to your physical being. So as divers, you have to pay attention to this. So I looked at my computer. I had about 3 minutes left. Dive time. I turned around and went back to the sea urchin, and sure enough, it was spewing out of the top of the sea urchin sperm. This is called broadcast spawning. I've heard of it before. I've had a few brief pictures of it, but I've never seen it, and had a high-def camera right there to capture the event. The sea urchins reproduce by shooting sperm and egg up into the water column all at the same time. The sperm and egg will mix together and produce baby sea urchins that actually float around in the ocean once they're fertilized for a long time before they attach themselves to the reef. So I turned around and looked at my computer again, and I had about 30 seconds left on my computer that allowed me to stay at 60 feet deep, and was kind of cursing myself, going, this is one of the most amazing events I've ever caught on video. Something that I'm not sure anyone's ever even taken a movie of before. But I had 30 seconds, so I did my best. The sea urchins were shooting absolute jets of sperm and egg into the water. There was about 5 of them in a radius of about 10 feet. The sperm and egg was mixing in the water column, fertilizing for new sea urchins to be produced. And it was really an amazing event that goes on year after year for thousands of years off the Hawaiian Islands, out there in the depths where no humans ever get to see this type of event. So I filmed as long as I could. I wanted to stay down longer. I really wanted to document this. This was a one-of-a-kind event. But my computer started blinking at me and said, you need to get to the top, and you need to get to the top right now. So I was fortunate to capture at least the short amount of video of this reproduction of our Wana, the sea urchins, off the coast here in Kauai.